So A-Day hasn't even happened yet, and already Alabama recruiting is flying high as they get a massive win today in four-star linebacker Cayden Jones out the state of North Carolina. Something we've got to break down. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited that Cayden Jones chooses Alabama? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and comment down below, as those interactions seem small, but they are massive to content creators such as myself. And we're on a push to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love to have you a part of this unbelievable community. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And this is a massive win for Alabama. Cayden Jones is an individual who I think Tide fans everywhere need to key in on now, because I think he is going to be a riser in the class of 2024, and I'd be super intrigued about revisiting this conversation. Because as we sit here and talk, Cayden Jones ranks as number 155 overall in the nation, the number 14 linebacker, and the number 2 prospect in the state of North Carolina. And he stands 6'4", 205 pounds, which already, whenever you hear that your favorite school got a top 200 linebacker that's 6'4", 205 pounds, you need to be very excited. But what makes you even more pumped up is when you turn on the film and start watching what Cayden Jones does well. And the first thing that stood out to me is that I haven't seen too many 6'4" linebackers like Cayden Jones, whose defensive coordinator in high school asked them to play in space as much as Jones is asked to play in space. If you turn on the film, there's a high likelihood you're going to find a play of him in coverage, because there are plenty, and I personally love that. Look, whenever we look at the linebacker play in college football, whether this guy will play inside or outside, his film shows the ability to do either. And personally, at outside linebacker, what he was asked to do from his defensive coordinator was really impressive to see how he was able to do it. They'd put him on the outside, have him set the edge, and there were plays where the opposing running back would dart on the interior, and he would go to start going interior, realize, hey, nah, I'm edge this position. I need to kind of stay shaded out. That way, if he darts back out, I can set the edge. Well, lo and behold, the running back darts back out, and boom. There Cayden Jones is, right there to sniff it out. I'm sitting there watching this thinking, man, this is elite. And the next play, he's out in space, asked to cover. He's asked to identify what's happening and then go find the guy he's supposed to cover, and he's right there. He can move. He's got sideline to sideline speed and a ton of athleticism. And you'll even find plays where he's covering deep guys, and he's right on them. That's the type of athleticism that all colleges just absolutely look for high and low in their defensive guys, especially the linebacker position, and especially when you look at how much they're asked to do. Even the outside linebackers, who when we go back and watch a Will Anderson, when we go back and watch a Dallas Turner for Alabama, how often they will drop into coverage. A guy like Cayden Jones, when you watch at the high school level and see how much he's asked to do it and how efficiently he does it, it gives you a lot of faith as an Alabama fan that, hey, if this guy comes to campus and is asked to play outside, he's got a lot of good film of him doing just that. And look, as I stated, I'm so intrigued to revisit this conversation like in December to see where Cayden Jones ranks, because when you turn on the film, he does a lot at a really high level. In fact, the first play on his huddle highlight film is him returning a kick, where the kicker did a little squib kick, he catches it and then shows the get up and go, outruns everybody to the end zone. This is a very athletic piece, and Alabama is very happy they get him, because I truly believe this is a guy that the longer he was available and uncommitted, more and more teams were going to start putting their hat in the race because of all that he can do. Now, the last thing I'll say is what this means for Alabama's class, and this gives them commitment number 6 and puts them as the number 15 recruiting class in the nation. And for Alabama, for as much time and opportunity is in front of Nick Saban until early signing day and inevitably national signing day, that's exactly where he wants to be. Remember, we talk about this at length. Not long ago, there was a time where in April, Alabama had the 55th recruiting class in the nation and finished with the number 2 recruiting class in the nation. The year prior, it was something like Alabama was in the 30s or 40s. They finished with the number 1 recruiting class in the nation. Do not fear. Alabama recruiting is about to take off, and this is a great addition in getting them there. I can't wait to hear from all of you. I think this is a big-time addition for Alabama, and I think when you turn on the film, this is the type of prospect that gets you fired up. I can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down to the comments and let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.